Oh man.
Oh, yes, I forgot to hit the record button. Let's take two, people.
Uh, oh man.
Intro music, second time.
This is the Fandemic, hosted by my dad, a podcast about catching up and nerding out.
With anyone whose awesomeness levels rival mine.
So level up your awesomeness and welcome to the Fandemic.
Welcome to the Fandemic, take two. This is a podcast about different people and what they are a fan of. I'm sure there'll be plenty of side roads to go down, but I just like to really get to know people that I may or may not know. I'm the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Butin, and today I'm talking to Cole Newhard with Atlas Games, a brand new gaming store in Ankeny, Iowa that you're going to have to check out. Cole, welcome to the Fandemic.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Cole, I like to start every episode with one simple question. What are you a fan of?
So I'm a fan of board games, video games, Star Wars, as well. So
Now, if you had to pick your top three fandoms, what order would they be?
it would be, oh man, it would be Star Wars for sure, and then Marvel, and then also DC as well. Yeah,
Awesome.
go with those
Yep,
three.
mine would be just Star Wars, DC, and Marvel. You know, when you think like most of the characters, the big characters in Marvel have counterparts in DC that pretty much predate them. I mean,
Yeah.
all the biggest Thanos. I mean, the Dark Side was before Thanos. The Atom was before
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
Mhm.
Doom Patrol actually predates X-Men.
Oh,
Yes. I
I
mean,
never knew that.
yeah, definitely. There's a lot of similarities there. Leader in a wheelchair, stuff
Mhm.
like that. Um, and just Marvel just did it better.
Yeah. I mean, is DC older than a Marvel then?
Yeah. DC
Okay.
has been around since the late 30s, and
Oh wow.
Marvel's only been around since I want to say the early 60s. I think 62.
Okay.
61, 62.
Yeah.
Before that, I mean, there is some predating of other stuff like copyright and stuff like that, but
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, that was the whole like Captain Marvel comics thing. I never quite really understood all that.
Yeah. Alrighty. Okay. Hmm.
So Cole, I'm a storyteller and a pretty big nerd, and I
Mhm.
must admit I love a great origin story. So what is your origin
Yeah.
story? What led you to opening up Atlas
Yeah.
Games?
Yeah. So I'm the owner of Atlas Games, and so if you do want to visit our website, it'll be www.atlasgames.store. And right now we do have a Facebook page, so go visit that out. Go check it out. So my origin story for Atlas Games is pretty somewhat long like that, but I'll try and go through it as fast as possible. So I've always been into computers, into video games. When I was younger, and so I've always been in the kind of computer industry. I've worked on servers, all that stuff. So and then eventually, I've been talking to my friends, and I always wondered, like, can I open up a game store? Something that everybody would like, and this has been planned out for like just about a good like good 2 years like that. Just been talking, thinking about it, and then in the end, I kind of went for it. And now Atlas Games is now happening. Like that, I thought it would never happen, but it is happening. And our main goal is to be hosting tournaments mainly, and also events, because tournaments are not really a big thing here in Iowa. Like some people will host events, for Magic the Gathering. You have your, maybe your Warhammer events, but not really like tournaments. Prizes, leaderboards, brackets, and all that stuff. And that's one thing I'm gonna kind of be pushing like that for Atlas
Bragging
Games.
rights.
Yes.
Yeah, got to have some bragging rights. You got to like, hey, I'm number one. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Definitely want to do like medals, trophies eventually. But there is a long-term goal for Atlas Games, so and I can't wait to be talking about that more like that.
Also, and you know what? And Wookiees get medals too, right?
Yes, they do. Yeah,
Definitely Wookiees get medals.
yes, they do.
It only takes the death of everybody to give Chewie a medal.
Yes.
It's kind of crappy.
Mm-hmm.
You ever had a
Yeah.
you ever had a Wookiee steak?
No, I've not.
No, don't worry about it. They're chewy.
Oh.
Thank you.
Nice.
I'll be here the entire podcast. I promise.
Awesome.
The jokes probably won't get any better. But yeah, I'll definitely add your store link directly to my show notes. So on every episode of the Fandemic, you will definitely have a link there. So what's your favorite board game?
My favorite board game would be Twilight Imperium. It is a 4X type board game. It's one of those games where it's very complex, the rules of detail, but the overall gameplay of it is just fantastic. It's basically if you ever played Civilization, the video game, it is basically that, but just on a board game in space.
Interesting. Yeah. My wife and I, we love Settlers of Catan. It's been a while since we played it, and then she likes a lot of board games, stuff like that. And then, just I want to get her into more like a D&D type thing.
Okay.
She is a little bit apprehensive. I got a good buddy, a friend of mine that I go to church with, Chris. How's it going? I hope you're listening. That I'm trying to get in. We're just trying to make all the details work. I usually podcast Sunday nights, and so I'm trying to work on that, trying to find a better time for more viewers on that. That one is Prevenge of the Nerds. So if you haven't listened to Prevenge of the Nerds, make sure you listen. So Cole, what are you most proud of? What are you most proud of in getting Atlas Games going? Like any special games that you can't find around here?
Not that I'm proud of. Right now, I mean, I will say there are some games, some used games that I have been working with Uptown Gaming and Collectibles. We are actually, I have a co-sign with them, and they have some very unique games that they have let me sell, and they're very unique. And some games actually I've never even heard before. For example, I think there's one called Netrunner that I have there. I mean, I know some people have heard of it, but that one I just never heard of at all. And let's go with that. Yeah.
That's good. So what is it? What is Netrunner? What does it do?
I'm not too sure. I looked into it. I know people love it. And as an owner of a game store, there's still a lot of games I'm still learning for sure.
Sure. Yeah.
So I can't give you too much detail about it, but I know that it's a very unique game according to some customers that came in and that already have the game.
Oh, cool. So, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am a big fan of tournaments. So, I mean, I do all the marketing and events over at the theater here in town, Ankeny, and the first Thursday of every month, I hold an Uno tournament.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, and then we're going to be doing a early 2023. We're going to be doing like a skee ball tournament. We're going to be doing like a crossy road tournament. So we got a bunch of things that's in the pipeline there. Can't wait for. Yeah. Not on that, but I got live action Clue that's going to be happening really soon. I wanted to get that rolled out by the end of this month so bad. Man, the last 2 weeks with like Wakanda Forever and everything. I've been so busy. I was trying so hard. I want to do a dry run with the employees and just could never find the time. And when I could, I was just too tired. But
yeah.
So
yeah. And speaking of tournaments like that, I know one thing that I never knew was that Catan. I guess there is a competitive scene with Catan, and I never knew that. Really? I never knew that, like, at all. Yeah, no. So I'm like, hey, I mean, if there's the audience out there and people want that, I will definitely be hosting Catan, a tournament, in some way or form. we'll probably be doing some like point system, so it's not just like, oh, whoever wins, you
Yeah.
move on like that, So not quite sure how we're doing it, but hopefully we can get a Catan tournament hopefully going by December, like that. Be promoting that and just get that going, because that, to me, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Catan, that does sound like a lot of fun. That sounds like a good day spent. So now, do you have all the expansions for Catan?
So currently we do hold, Seafair. I think it's what else? The Barbarian, like that. So yes, City Knights, and then Traders and Barbarians. I think we have those expansions at the moment, and then we have some of the player expansions, to kind of increase the player count on some of those. But I think those are all the expansions that we have at the moment. I believe there's more though. I'm pretty sure there's more.
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah,
and then they have like the Catan Junior and
Yep.
all the different kinds of Catan. Dice, it's like crazy.
Yeah.
So what board game kind of got you into wanting to do gaming for a living?
I mean, I will say when I started watching Shut Up and Sit Down, I don't know if you heard them. They're a YouTube channel that likes to do board game reviews.
Okay.
And so I've been, watching them, and I'm like, man, those games just seem just so interesting to me and just unique. So, and then when I saw the Twilight Imperium one, I'm like, I gotta try that game right there because it just seems so unique, and I'm glad that I tried it, because after that game, I just been getting into way more board games. That's really how that's how I kind of got myself into the board game, world, I guess you could say.
So do you like board games more than like the card games, or do you like kind of like a mix of both, like the Magic and the Dungeons and Dragons, Warhammer?
So, man, I guess I'm all over now, because I do play Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
I play board games. I play card games. Like Terraform Mars. Terraform Mars is it's kind of a card game, board game type aspects, kind of a mix of both. I have Star Wars Armada, which is a miniatures game, which I love that game as well. So I'm like into everything like that. So yeah, I'm into everything.
So tell me about Armada, actually, because like I've always wanted to get into like the miniatures, and I Warhammer sounds cool. I had a friend of mine, from a couple years ago that was big into Warhammer, and I was starting to dabble a little bit. Like those games are so massive. It's just like one of those, like, I don't know, like, how do you just jump in? It's like jumping into Marvel Comics. Like, where do you go? I mean, you just pick up an issue and just start from there and be lost until you figure it out, or like, how do you get into it? Where's a good starting point?
A good starting point for like Star Wars Armada, or like into like board games in general.
Well, either or both actually.
Okay. Man. So for board games, there are things called gateway games, and we would consider Catan a gateway game because it's a game not too complex, not too intimidating to the to a new player like that. There's like Sonar, there's Tickets to Ride, there's those, kind of more simple games to kind of get into. And then you eventually start getting into more complex games like that, or kind of like depending on what genre you want to do. And then you mentioned Star Wars Armada and Warhammer. I mean, for me, Warhammer itself is pretty intimidating because, you have all the miniatures like that, and they got to paint them. And then, of course, got to learn all the rules as well. And I just started to look into Warhammer. And you mentioned Star Wars Armada, and Star Wars Armada, to me, is a really amazing miniature game. It is great because the miniatures like that, they're already painted. They're already painted for you, so you have to get, don't have to get paint, like kind of stuff and everything at all. And the gameplay of Star Wars Armada is so nice because it feels like that, like, hey, I have my fleet of ships, and I'm going to just destroy your ships and just demolish them. Like, it's great. like the tactics of it. Like, hey, do I want to send these fighters to over here? Do I want to bomb something? Do I want to capture this point or like that? It is very unique. And then also we plan on hosting Star Wars Armada tournaments as well. So yeah,
very cool. So like I've had my eye on Marvel Champions for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you play that at all, or like?
I have not played that. I don't know too much about that at all at the moment. So
yeah. We have some guys come into the theater every week, and they play it for like 3 hours. And
oh wow!
I'm like, dude, that looks so awesome, and I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. My wife needs one more thing for me to nerd out about. Apparently,
Yeah. Yep. My wife, she. I've been trying to get her into, all these board games, all these miniatures, like that. And I wonder, like, man, maybe I'm just, just putting too much, nerd like that, on the table,
Now, do you do D&D at all there, or?
So the plan is, especially, start doing D&D stuff, start getting products. I know there's a thing called the Adventure League.
Yeah.
I believe. So that is something I'm looking into. Right now, I don't quite have too many RPG products. We're still slowly expanding.
Okay.
And so right now, I'm able to order product for people.
Sure.
And we always try to have the lowest prices in town.
Awesome.
Like that. So I'm always able to order something if we don't have it.
Yeah, because I tell you what, Ankeny is becoming quite the game central. And so definitely there's a lot of competition. So definitely, man, I'm glad. And I'm glad you're right downtown too. I mean, you're the closest to my house.
Awesome.
So you're not too far away. I determine how much I'm gonna spend by the time it's gonna take me to get somewhere. I'm like, I don't want to go across town. Can I get somewhere in 5 minutes? Yes. Yes, I can.
Yes.
So
it was Atlas Games Future was very interesting because we know about all the other game stores. We know about Game Castle. We know about Dungeon Gate. I believe this Arkham. And then at the same time, like that, when we were painting, get ready to do our softs open, Uptown Gaming and Collectibles at the same time we're also doing their open around the same time. They were doing their grand open. So man, there's so many game stores here, and the original plan was to move to Urbandale actually.
Oh, okay.
That was the original plan. Was to go to Urbandale because how can I this is so much competition here, and Andrew at Uptown Gaming Collectibles, shout out to him, he is great, but he mainly focuses on on the video game aspect in those old retro games, some comics as well, and Warhammer, but he's the one that kind of convinced me, here, stay here in Ankeny, and we're in a great location as well by Leaning Tower. And Uptown, and the old Uptown place is basically a strip mall like that, it is an outdoor mall. A lot of people, just like to come up there and, do the events there as well.
Yeah.
So, but now we're doing our grand opening here now, and it's very exciting. And the location for us is actually, the more I think about it, it's really great.
Mm-hmm.
It's really great because of the foot traffic for sure.
So what's the dream there? Growing, partnering up. What's the next step?
Yeah, so I think I mentioned this already. So we have kind of partnered up with Uptown Gaming and Collectibles. We do co-sign with them, for their board games and stuff. So there are 3 phases like this. I can say, for gaming terms, there's 3 levels like that. So level 1 is the grand opening, right? Just to open up,
get the doors unlocked. Yeah.
Yes. And then level 2 is to get an official play space. All right, so we'll have we'll get the tables, all the walls within the buildings will be torn down to be a lot more open. It's right now we're kind of closed like that. The original space like that was an office lease like that. So we're kind of prepping to tear down the walls like that and get those funds like that, which is sales, to help tear down those walls. And then level 3, which I'm very excited about as well, which will be more towards next year.
Yeah.
And that would be the game lounge.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be doing computers, Xboxes, PlayStation, and people are able to come in, relax, and hang out with friends, get that community like that. And then also, again, Atlas Games' main focus is tournaments. So we'll get those esports going stuff. We'll get all those competitive video games going there as well. And that's what's going to make us different, I feel like, than any other game store here in Ankeny, is that game lounge is going to be just very unique to us. For sure.
Yeah, and the whole collectibles, I mean, being partnered up pretty, with the collectible game.
Yeah.
I was, oh my gosh, my Ankeny Uptown games and collectibles, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's Uptown Gaming and Collectibles.
Gaming. I was like, my gosh, why can't I say this? I know this. Yeah, I was so surprised. I took my mom. She was up here for the weekend or whatever. And so I was playing chauffeur, and I walked by and I'm like, what? It's in Uptown now. I have places that I want to go into Uptown now. So I took a picture and I put it out on Facebook, and I'm like, yes. So it was awesome. It was really awesome.
Yeah.
So do you play video games still?
Yes. Yep. Still been playing a lot of video games like that. Maybe a bit too much because my wife, she's like, I done playing games. Like, no, not yet. Just give me like 2 more minutes.
Right. Which is never 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's never 2 minutes like that, like at all. But yes, I still play video games. Yes, for sure.
So what system do you use?
PC like that.
PC? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I had a PlayStation 4 and it broke, and well, I guess it wasn't broke, it was on its way. And so, I ended up just getting rid of it. That was almost a year ago, and I haven't even missed it. And the only game I've really played was the Skywalker Saga Lego game on the Switch. And now there's some stuff coming out, like, well, I kind of want to play Gotham Knights. I kind of, I kind of want to I really want to play God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, yes.
So it's like, all right, maybe it's time to think about an Xbox or a PlayStation again.
Yep.
We will see. I don't know, but
yeah, I hopefully still there, but I think Uptown Gaming Collectibles, got in a PS5, I think. So if you're looking for a PS5, there you go.
Well, I'm gonna be checking. I'm gonna be heading up there on my next day off. Check you guys out. What are your hours?
So right now our temporary hours. It was soft opening hours, and it was 10 a.m. to 5:30. Okay. Most time I'm always there later than 5:30, like that. But for grand opening hours, it's going to be more like around 11 a.m. So Monday to Friday, I'd be 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. So our hours are going to be extended for sure. And then for Saturday and Sunday, that's probably be on the same thing, probably around, again, I'm still kind of working out the grand opening times. I'll probably got to finish that today. But again, I was thinking around, again, same time, 11 a.m. to probably 10 p.m. on Saturday, because, we're going to be open late, for all those, tournaments and events. And then for Sunday, probably same time, probably 11 to 10 p.m. for sure. So yeah.
Awesome. So what kind of movies, TV shows, and video games do you play?
TV shows, movies. I am not a big movie guy. I just finished. I just finished the Hunger Games with my wife. Just finished that. I've watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Did you
I don't know if
like
you saw
that?
or not. I did like it. I did.
So,
Um,
did you like the game?
yeah. The game, I was going to get it, and but then it was so buggy and everything. Like, yeah, you know, I'm going to hold off. And then I heard that the show's really good, so I watched the show and I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. I actually love the game.
You do? Okay.
I loved the game. Like, I don't
Mhm.
know, maybe I just got lucky, but like, I mean,
Mhm.
I got it on the PS4 not
Mhm.
long after it came out, and all I heard was all the issues and stuff. And I had more glitches with Assassin's Creed Ragnarok than I did
Oh.
with Cyberpunk 2077. So I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
maybe I just got lucky and I just got
Yeah.
a good disc or something.
Mhm.
But like, I absolutely loved that game.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I thought Edge Runners was great too.
Yes.
I wanted to see
Yeah.
some Keanu, but I get it. You know,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah. Well, I believe Cyberpunk Edge Runners was a prequel.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, man, I mean, gotta be careful with spoilers.
Oh, I can fix
Yeah.
that. I can fix that. Here, dude, check this out.
Yeah.
Where's that at? There we go. They're always spoilers.
Yeah, those spoilers. Yes. Man, yeah, because I mean, I feel like that they made the city itself, Night City, just like a villain itself. I feel like,
Yeah.
you know, because nobody is successful in Night City. Well, either you start from the bottom, or you're already at the top, and it's really hard to even get to the top already. And of course, I think they foreshadow David's Martinez fall. I feel like pretty well as well in the show. But yeah, it is. I think the way they did it was just great. It was a great show.
Yeah, they did. That game was a lot of good world building, and
Yeah.
there was definitely room for more in that story. It is kind of sad that it's not going to ever, be what they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And there's been a couple of games that's been like that. Like, No Man's Land was another one that pops into my head. That was all hyped, and what they said it was going to be is, is going to be like this generation's Minecraft, or and it just didn't end up being that at all. But
Yeah.
is what it is. We got a game, and there's some cool stuff that you can do. You could spend I think I had like 80 hours stuck in the game. I had fun with it. So
Yeah.
and that's what really matters. There's so much toxic fandom out there with Star Wars and Marvel and DC and all this, and it's just like, man, I'm 43. I remember having to wait lots of years, think we were never going to get the prequels to Star Wars. And now we got the prequels and the sequels. Whether you like them or you don't, hey, whatever.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I know there's definitely. I know the fan base for Star Wars. It's half and half, and there'll always be that toxic, side to each fan base. No matter what. But I mean, at least we're still getting content, at least to a degree.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes not good content, and it is what it is there, and hopefully they can improve and be better, and as fans, and as nerds ourselves, that we can give feedback to them to make the lore, to make the story just better.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I am not a fan of Andor. It lost me, and I'm watching it all. I mean, I watched the new episode today. It came out today. I watched it already because Wednesdays are my day off. So, but like, for me, my problem with Andor was those first 2 episodes. I don't know. Have you seen it?
I've seen some clips from it. I don't know if I plan on seeing it or not, because I heard that's good now. I'm not like hyped up for it, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna see it. If you just spoil it, that's completely fine.
Okay, I won't go into spoiler territory, but like the first 2 episodes were so slow that it took me out of it, And I mean, and there's a way to do a slow burn, but you can't let that fire go out, especially when you're talking about the fire that lights the rebellion of, in the Star Wars universe. You can't let it go out. And that's what they did over and over and over again in those first 2 episodes. And then episode 3 was action packed. And episode 4, so they do like these 3 episode mini arcs, and which is fine, but half of it is boring. Half of these 3 episodes are boring. The other half is good. I mean, and the last little arc was pretty good. And then this last episode was the first episode. The one that came out today was the first episode. I'm like, hey, I think I'm actually starting to turn my mind around on this. But this has taken me 11 episodes to get there.
Oh, wow.
It's like, okay, sure. I mean, but saying that, it's still new Star Wars. It's still canon. And, me saying I don't like it, I will still probably watch it again just because there's Star Wars in it, So, but like, there was a lot of times just didn't feel to me like that Star Wars. I mean, I don't necessarily need deep storylines. I want to see like Mandalorian stuff. I want to see spaceships, space battles. I want Star Wars. And I think we're finally starting to get that with this, which is good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I think my dad started watching it as well, and he stopped watching it like after like episode 3 because he just said, yeah, it's just a slow burn. It's just slow. Yeah.
And it just takes you out. It just takes you out of the show when you don't do it right, And so, but I think finally, I think there's only like 7 more episodes. I think they're doing 18 episodes in the season. So it took well over half for me, a super Star Wars fan, to the fact that I named my daughter Leia. I will eventually have a Star Wars sleeve on my arm tattooed. I mean, like, I am a big Star Wars fan.
Yep.
And I was pretty much checked out of it after the 2nd episode.
Gotcha.
But you know what? Hey, everything, there's good and bad to everything. And if Andor is what you get into to bring you to like Star Wars, dude, that's awesome.
Yep.
So like, if the episode 1, 2, or 3 is your jam, and your favorite Star Wars character is Jar Jar Binks, I think you're missing some things, but you know what? Who am I to tell you? Like, whatever. If you like the sequel trilogy, hey, awesome. I'm glad.
Yep.
So
yeah. There's just I mean, if you like something like that, that's awesome. Like if you like this part, of the fandom, great. But if someone says, hey, that's dumb, stupid, don't start going after them for it.
Yeah. Put on your big boy pants and just like, okay, keep scrolling. Like, whatever. Be you, I be me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, are you a podcast fan?
I've listened to some podcasts, but overall, no. I have not done. I'm gonna have to say no. Really, yeah.
Do you prefer the YouTube over the audio?
Yeah, YouTube for sure. Yeah,
I find myself with podcasts, I'll like download like there'll be like 1 or 2 really good episodes. I'm like, ooh, what happened here?
Yeah.
Then I just check out. My wife, she is not into podcasts at all.
Yeah.
So like I doubt she'll even listen to this, but that's why I started streaming them too. I'm like, put it on YouTube and do audio. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like I'm definitely more like into like because I think most podcasts are mainly not done live. Is that right? Yeah. So I'm more kind of into the live shows for sure. Yeah.
And I used to do that, the recording and editing and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, well, I'm just gonna do this live streaming on YouTube, and I'll put the audio on the podcast, and here it is. We're just having a good time. We are talking and having a high five, So Awesome. So you're not a big movie guy. What's your favorite couple TV shows? Are you a streamer like Netflix, Hulu?
TV shows. I know one of the main TV shows that I watched was The Man in the High Castle. Have you heard of that show?
Yeah, about the alternate U.S.
Yes.
If
Germany won, yeah. Yep.
Or Germany and Japan won World War II.
Yes. I watched that. I think it had 4 seasons, I believe.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that one. What other shows have I watched? I have not watched a lot of stuff. No. My wife is more of the movies, TV shows.
Gotcha.
I am more of the video game type guy.
Gotcha.
I think, I don't know. And then I watched some Marvel stuff, but I've not watched too much Marvel stuff in Phase 4 though. Mainly because I've heard from friends and family like, hey, it's okay, it's not super great.
Yeah,
you know,
it's different.
Yeah, I know. I am excited now for the Ant-Man and the Wasp, the Quantum Realm.
Yeah,
I'm going to be seeing that in theaters.
Oh yeah.
It's just I've not been really hyped up for any of the other stuff. Really, I just haven't. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I will say Wakanda Forever is a really, really great movie.
Okay.
But it's different. It is a different type of comic book movie. If I had, I think Angela Bassett's going to probably get at least an Oscar nomination in it for it.
Okay.
But there again, you have the mother of the main character that is the main character in this one. So it's like the superhero isn't even the main character. So I put Wakanda Forever in the same category as Logan. Like Logan is not a superhero movie. It is just a really good movie. That happens to have superhero people in it. So I think Wakanda Forever is going to be in that category as well.
Yeah. Would you say that Wakanda Forever is better than the first one?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Gotcha.
No.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's good in different ways. But I mean, the whole movie is a tribute, pretty much to Chadwick Boseman, and they talk about some things. And one thing I will say that I loved is I was so glad it didn't really get super political, because I absolutely hate it when politics takes over everything. I'm like, guys, I don't want politics. I'll go to Facebook, I'll go to Twitter, I'll go to all that crap. I want you to take me out of the world of politics. Tell me a really freaking good story, and you got me. And this does exactly that, man. And
that's good.
It was a little predictable, but it was predictable in the way because I read all the comics. So it's okay, I buy this. I like this, the way that this is happening. So
yeah. I guess I have some of that misconnect or sorry, disconnect to the I guess with some of the context with the comic and the movies, because I didn't read a lot of comics.
Yeah.
And I watched some things online about comics like that and stuff. But I have not read them. So I guess there's some stuff that I just don't know about the comics and compared to the movies and stuff and everything.
So what's your genre? So are you like comedy? You like horror, romance? What's your favorite genre?
Of
games, movies, everything.
For TV shows and movies, I think I have to go with sci-fi.
Okay.
For sure. Horror, I don't like. I'm not a horror guy. Just not, and I don't think I will ever will be. And then for the video games like that, it's more of that strategic aspect for sure. And also, of course, your first-person shooters. So mainly first-person shooters, but also I'm more a fan of the strategic stuff.
Okay.
For sure. And how to get things to work, or like in Civ 5, how do I want to navigate my troops around to conquer this city? I'm very strategic like that. My friends will even say that I'm very, like to strategize a lot. especially for board games as well. Like if there is that strategy, in the game, I will just ponder and think about it like that, and make sure that I'm trying, make sure that I'm 2 steps ahead of my opponents for sure.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just the opposite. I am the story guy. I want the good story.
Mhm.
I don't want to. I want to be taken out of real life, and I want
Yeah.
to just play the game. Like I go to the easiest mode. I'm like story mode.
Mhm.
Let's go, and
Yeah.
I just love the story of a lot of the video games. So I more gravitate towards like the third person games, like
Mhm.
Skyrim.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima. Well, that was the
Mhm.
last game I played on PS4. Stuff like that.
Mhm.
I think like with first person shooters, I'm just not good at them. I always get wasted. Every time I go into
Yeah.
multiplayer, I just get wasted. And
Yeah.
except for Cyberpunk was a little bit because that's kind of a mix of the two, which I thought was
Mhm.
kind of cool.
Mhm.
But I didn't find that incredibly too hard to get used to. I like that, but yeah.
Yeah. We I've been playing PUBG with my kind of group of friends like that, and yeah, that's oh gosh, a lot of level of like 500 people, and they just demolish you, and
Yeah.
it can just be ridiculous sometimes like that. So we like to play on the casual setting, even though I play on the first person setting more. I like to go up against real players like that. It can be fun on the casual setting and going up against bots sometimes, for sure. But it's just sometimes you can get just demolished.
Yeah.
In first person shooters. Now you mentioned you mentioned story, and I will say there are some games I do like for the story, like God of War.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it is that game is just amazing like that, and I can't wait for the God of War Ragnarok to come out on PC. I can't wait. I mean, I know I gotta wait more. I gotta wait longer like that. But I can't wait to just play that out. Just the lore of God of War is great.
Yeah.
Like when a game or TV show can get me in, like then be like, man, this is just so amazing. It's just I just nerd out basically.
No, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So, do you like Disney at all?
In what aspects? Because
here's a little thing I
Yeah.
like to do with my guests here.
Okay.
I want you to take one property of Disney,
Okay.
and I want you to implant it into the Star Wars universe. What would you do? So, what property from Disney would you think would be really cool to see in Star Wars?
That's a good question, man. I don't know. Do I go for the lulz, for the fun? I don't know. I mean, the easiest one would technically just be, just put Marvel and Star Wars together. There you go. That would be the easiest one.
Right.
But man, let's do Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. I love this. All right, so Mickey, Goofy, and all this are on like a random planet in the Outer Rim.
Yeah.
And are so like being that they're in the Outer Rim, are they Jedi or any of them Jedi or Sith? Are they any of them bounty hunters? If Goofy a bounty hunter?
I can see Goofy being a bounty hunter. Donald Duck, he'll be like a villain. I feel like.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe, yeah. Let's go with the villain.
Is it weird that Goofy has a dog that he walks?
Oh, he does? I never knew that.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Goofy has a dog.
Oh, wow.
Right. Pluto.
Oh, Pluto,
right?
Pluto.
Yeah, Goofy and Pluto.
Oh gosh, it's not ringing a bell. I think I've heard of it before.
Yeah.
I've heard of the name. Oh,
yeah.
That is funny though.
Right? I know. That's like one of those things. Like it just blows my mind.
Jeez.
And
I
if
never knew that.
so, Mickey has pants. Donald
Yeah.
doesn't have pants. So what's the what's the whole thing here?
Oh gosh.
Right?
Well, I mean, you know, I guess when oh no, I'm not gonna go there. Oh gosh, you know, I guess a different universe has different set of rules. I
I guess
guess
so. I mean, Chewbacca's naked besides his little thing, right?
Yeah.
Look up on do yourself. Actually, don't do this. I made the mistake. Learn from my mistake. Absolutely, do not look up hairless Chewbacca on the Google.
Oh.
Do not. So somebody made a hairless Wookiee, and you don't want to know.
Oh gosh, I'm already imagining it. Ugh. Oh gosh. Oh man.
All right, I got a couple of quick fire questions for you. All right.
Okay.
Favorite show on Netflix?
Let's go with right now. Cyberpunk Edge Runners. It's
Awesome.
just brand new.
Best Marvel movie. Your favorite Marvel movie?
Infinity War.
Okay. Best DC movie?
Superman. Henry Calvin. Or yeah, Henry.
Man of Steel.
Is it? Yeah. Yep. Man of Steel. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite movie ever?
Ooh. I think I still want to go with Infinity War.
All right.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Last question. What's your favorite song to rock out to? So what's that song that you turn up in the car, you car karaoke? Every time it comes on.
Let's go with I forgot the name of it. Is it We Are Soldiers? I forgot. I don't know. I like that one a lot.
Okay.
I don't know. There's the courtesy call one from was it Imagine Dragons? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ready Aim Fire is another one that I like.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
All right. So, Cole, where can we reach you? Where can we find Atlas Gaming? Let's plug it.
Yeah. So you can find us by the old old Uptown area in Ankeny. It's 510 Southwest 3rd Street, Suite B, right next to Leaning Tower. And then follow us on Facebook. Go visit our website and go check out our events that will be adding today to it. www.atlasgames.store. Come check us out. Grand opening day, it's on the 19th. And if you have suggestions on what events and tournaments, that we should be holding like that, just give me a call. My number for the business is 515-443-3944.
Awesome. All right, so you can tweet at me at Fandemic3, message me on Facebook at the Fandemic or the Emperor of Awesome. I'm also active on TikTok at Fandemic1. You can hear my reviews, which honestly I haven't done in a long time, and so much more. If you want to support the show, there are several ways to do so. One, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/thefandemic. You can find me on Patreon at patreon.com/PVOTN Fandemic. You become an episode assistant, episode producer, a pre-venge producer like Stacy, or become part of the Council of Nerds. Yes, you can be part of the con, starting at $5 a month. Become a monthly supporter on anchor.fm/PVOTN, or just go to PayPal and Venmo. You can Venmo me. I'll take it. It's fine. I'll cheers you. Or just share the show with someone you want to make a little more awesome. Don't forget to buy my children's book on Amazon, Leveling Up My Awesome. on sale right now for $7.99. Or get a hold of me and I'll get you an autographed copy. Also, don't forget to leave a 5-star review. Now, Cole, I like to end every week on a positive note because I think we have actually hit max levels of awesome.
Awesome.
Do you have any words of wisdom that you want to give the Fandemic universe?
Oh gosh. Never stop gaming. Never stop.
That's right. Obviously, when you're in the world of gaming, if it's getting a little bit harder, you're going in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome for leveling up your awesome. Live for your die empty. Have a great day.